Okay, hello everyone. So we are covering week 9, grade 6 math for tomorrow. So this was requested by a lot of people. I'll try to cover as much as I can, but I have students that are booking sessions with me that I need to focus on. So if I can't, give you what you're suggesting, whatever subject you're, I apologize for that. So let's continue for this. And please don't forget to subscribe so I can continue making these videos for you. Please don't forget to subscribe again. Okay, let's start. So the radius of the small circle is what? Is 3 centimeters. Its area is, so what do you remember for this one? Just keep in mind what is the formula. So formula for a small circle is radius will be pi r squared. Pi r squared. It's always good to write these formulas on the top of the page before you start solving the math quiz for your CA. So pi r squared, right? So pi is already there, so you don't have to multiply it. And r squared is, what is r? 3. So 3 times 3, which is 9. If I make a mistake, I apologize. I'll try to correct it in the comment sections. The next one, the radius of a larger circle is 5 times bigger as the smaller one. So what does that mean? So it's 5 times bigger than this one, the smaller one. So 5 times means 5 times 3. As simple as that, straightforward, which is 15. Now what will you do? 15, again, the same formula, 15 times 15, which is 15 times 15, which is 225. Okay, we're done with this. 225 pi r squared. Now the next one, as you can see, what are they saying in the question? The ratio of the area of a smaller circle to the area of a larger circle is 1 to, it's a ratio, right? So what did they do? To the smaller circle, they divided 9 by 9. Why? How do I know that? Because it became 1, right? So this becomes 1. And whatever we do to the ratio, whatever we do to the first number, we also do it to the second number. So 225 divided by 9. Which will give us 25. There you go. We're done with the first one. Let's go to the second one. I know these questions can be long, but they're not as difficult. So let's start the second one. What do we have? The area of the circle for the first one. Keep in mind the formula. The formula for this one is s squared, which is, what is the area of the circle? 3. So 3 times 3. There you go. 3 times 3, which is 9. The next one, the area of a trapezoid is a GBCD. So they have already made the cuts for you. Usually they don't make that. You have to figure it out yourself, but they told you what are the shapes and they also made the lines for you. So the area of a trapezoid, remember what is the formula again? Half times height times B plus B2, right? So what is our base here exactly? So our base, it ends here. This is the base. Okay, so 16 minus 3, which will be what? 13. So you'll put here 13. Why did I write 13 here? Because 16 minus this extended part. So I cut that because this is where the base ends. I don't want that 3. Okay, there. Let me remove that. And then the first base is that. The second base is what? It's your 5. That's directly given to us. So 13 plus 5. And then what is the height? The height is all of this. Again, 5 is given to you, but the dotted line is what? So remember the squares, they're all 3, 3, 3. It's all 3. So we just added 5 plus 3. So you'll get all of this line then. First, they're just giving you the upper line, 5. But you need to add the 3 to make it 8. So that is the complete height of the trapezoid. So half times 8 times 13 plus 5. Right? So you can solve this. If you have any questions, comment down below. And please don't forget to subscribe. What will this be? This will be, the final answer will be 72. And you can simplify it first by 2. Cross this 1. What will you get here? 4. And then you can simplify 13 plus 5 and you can go ahead with that. So you get 72. The next one, would you get the area of the polygon? Now what do you do with the area of polygon? Just add them because it's all of it. So 9 plus 72. What's 9 plus 72? 81. Let's go to the next one. So for this one, let's understand this as well. The area of a rose of a garden. Now here, what is the problem? Like not a problem, but what extra step you have to do is that, look, they have given you a scale here and it's all in centimeters. So they said their own scale, they made it 1 centimeter is equals to 12 meters. So what does that mean? So 2.3, whatever you do, you have to first convert it to meters and then continue, right? So let's start this. For the first one, the area of the garden, for the first one, what will you do? The area of the garden is 1 centimeter. So 1 centimeter, right, is how much? 12 meters. So directly you'll just say it's 12 meters. Okay, for the second one, so this one will be converted to this. Remember, sorry, before I continue, the area of the rectangle, because you can see the rose garden is a rectangle, length times width. So length is what did we calculate as, sorry, the width. This is the width, sorry, the shorter part is 12 meters. And what is the length? The length is 8.2. 8.2 times, what will that be? 1 minute, 8.2. Sorry, 1 second. So it won't be 8.2 exactly. It will be 5.5. Why is it 5.5? Because remember, let me clear all of it. So the width is 12 meters. Let's write it here. And the length will be 5.5 centimeters. Wait, we have to convert to meters now. So 5. Why am I saying 5.5? Because look at this. This is equals to the length in here. Okay? Don't get confused. These two lengths, this one and this one, are equal. Okay, so we'll just use that. We won't subtract, we won't add, we'll just directly use that. So 5.5 times what? Directly you'll multiply it by 12. Good job. You'll directly multiply it by 12. Why? Because it's in centimeters. 1 centimeter is equals to 12 meters, so you can just directly multiply, and what do you get? You get here 66 meters. This is our length. And what was our width? Our width was 1 times 12, which was 12 meters. This is our width. So now you just multiply them together, because what is the area of a rectangle? Length times width. So 66 times, 66 times 12 is equals to 792. You can multiply that directly, take your time, 792. The next one, what are we getting? The area of an oak tree is. So where is the oak tree? You see here now the oak tree, there is the area of a rectangle. You can see that's a rectangle. So half times base times height, right? So now what is, now here you have to do a little bit more calculation. You have to subtract. So what do you do? What is the base here? The base is the bottom part, right? This one. So what will we do? 8. So base of it will be 8.2 minus, what is that? 8.2 is the long one, minus 5.5. Because we want to remove that. We just want this tiny part in here. So 5.5 will be removing this part as well. So this is all gone. All of this is gone. Now we also have the tiny part, the 0.7. So we need to subtract that as well. 0.7. Now when you subtract that, what do you get? So you're subtracting all of that. You get as your answer, 1 minute. You get your answer as 8.2. Sorry, 8.2 minus 5.5 minus 0.7. You get it as 2. 2, but remember, this is in centimeters. So 2 centimeters. Sorry, 2 centimeters. Right? This is your base. You removed everything, and now you're just left with the base. Now, what is the height? The height, you can see all of this. This is the height. They're equal. This is equal to this height. Okay, don't get confused. Don't be like panicked that how is this happening. Just understand it step by step. So this is 2 centimeters. The base is 2 centimeters. Now the height. So h is equals to 2.3. And you can also see it. Like you can visually see that they're equal to each other. So 2.3. So don't get like fussed about it. 2.3, 0.7. And 1. So this is your height. So what do you get? Let's just add it very quickly. We'll get 2.3 plus 0.7 plus 1, which is equals to 4. Now remember, both of these are into centimeters. You have to convert them into meters. So your base is 2 centimeters, and your height is 4 centimeters. There you go. Now what was our formula? Our formula was half base, which is 2 centimeters, times height. Right? But we can't do it like this. Why? Because we have to convert it into meters. So 2 times 12, we'll multiply this by 12 because they told us that whatever centimeter is, you multiply it by 12, right? So here it will be 24, 2 times 12, and 4 will be 48. right? Now you can simplify it for yourself. You can simplify it either divide 2 by 24 or divide 2 by 48. So 48 divided by 2, what do you get? You get 12, right? 48 divided by 2, you get 24, sorry. So 24 times 24. What will that give you? So 24 times 24. Sorry, my bad. So 24 times 24, that gives you 576 square meters. So here there's an extra step that you may get confused by. Don't worry. Just do it step by step. You'll get how to do it. The next one. Now the area of a circle. Now remember, what is the area of the circle above? So now what is the formula for the area? Pi r square. Pi r square. Now the extra step you're just going to do here is multiplying it by the pi. So 22 over 7 times 14 times 14, and the numbers are a bit bigger. So times 14 times 14. Now what do? You can again simplify it. Here you'll get 1 divided by 7, you get 2 here, right? So what will you do? 22 times 2 times 14, you'll get 616. You can multiply it by self. I don't want to waste any time on that. So the next one, now another area has 3 times as big as the one part in A. What is the area of the circle? Now they also multiply the radius by 3. So here it's 14 times 3. Now what is 14 times 3? Let's just write it here. 14 times 3, that is 42. 42, right? So it will be 22 over 7. 42 times 42, right? 42 times 42. Here it's going to be division. You can divide here by 7. Divide here by 7. What do you get? You get 6. So 22 times 6 times 42. Again, please take out your time, do it carefully, multiply them. What do you get? 5544. 5544. Again, what did they do here? They took both the numbers, right? So if the ratio of the area of a circle in part A to the area of circle in part B, 1 to n. Now 1 to n, what does that mean? What did I say previously? That what did they do? They made the 616 into 1. How can they make that into 1? Because they divided by 616 here. And then what was the area of the larger circle? It's going to be 5544. And they did the same thing on the other side. They divided by 616. Now because they're whole numbers, they're definitely going to be divisible. So if you get a decimal number, try to do it again. So what do you get here? You get here 5544, 616, divide them, you get 9. Let's go to the next one. Here, the area of a given circle is, now again, you're just going to follow the formula, pi r square, right? So pi r square is, what did you get here? 49. The next one, circumference, 2 pi r square. So what is 2 pi r square? 14. The next one is the simplest form, area to the given circumference. So area is what? 49. Now be careful, write the area first, okay? Because they've specified ratio of area to the circumference. So area is what? 49 to circumference. 14. Simplify them. What do you get? 7 and 2. Let's go to the next one. Here, what do you have? What are they asking for? It was the area of the track. Now, remember, you're supposed to find the area of the semicircle, okay, and find the area of the rectangle. So what do we do here? First of all, what is the area? It's A is equals to, so that's the way you can find the area, like you'll find the area of the circle. So imagine you're joining these two together. So it'll become a complete circle. So you can just calculate this, understand it as a circle, and because that will contain the the area of the circle and then the rectangle, just add that. So what is the area of the circle? 2 pi r. And that's circumference, sorry, my bad. Pi r square. Don't get confused in the exam, write the formulas. Pi r square. So what is pi? 3.14 times, what is r? What is our r here? It's going to be the radius. Now 200. Now what is 200? That's the diameter. You can see that if it's even a circle, what cuts it in the center and makes it half? That's the diameter. So we don't want the diameter, we want the radius. That's going to be 100. So 100 times 100. So what is that going to be? That's going to be 31400. Keep that in mind. Keep it above. Keep it here. Sorry, that's going to cut the screen. So 31400. Now the length times the width is the area of the rectangle. So 31400. Now the length times the width, you can clearly see it's what, 350 times 200. Length times width is the area of the rectangle. So length times width, 350 times 200. So what is that? That is 70,000. You can just calculate that, you'll get it. 70,000. Now you add them together. Just add them together and you'll get 101. Sorry. You get that as 101,400. Again, please don't forget to subscribe. If you have any questions, you can ask me in the comment section. Now, in the diagram below, the ratio of the radius of small wheel to the radius of the large wheel, 4:7. The circumference of the small wheel is 320. You can do this directly. You don't have to worry about this one because they told you the circumference of the small wheel is 320, right? And what is the radius? How did they reach this circumference? Because it was 4. They multiplied a number by 4. So let's write it here. They multiplied a number by 4. That gave them 320. So again, the same thing, you will do it with the larger wheel. What did they multiply above? By 8. By 80, sorry. You're also going to multiply below by 80 and you'll get the circumference of the larger circle. That actually helps when they give you ratios like this with the radius. You can just multiply it. They multiplied 4 times 80, they got 320. You do the same thing with the larger wheel. 7 times 80 gives you 560. Okay. Numerically, the ratio of area to the circumference of 9 to 2, fill in the blanks. If the circumference of the circle is 18 pi unit, then the area is, so remember, what is this? They're telling you, again, the ratio of the area to circumference is 9 to 2. They told you the circumference is 18 pi, and it means you don't need to multiply the pi into it. Even if they have it in the formula, you don't have to multiply by 3.14, which is pi. So 3 to 2, area, let's write A at the top and C at the bottom, is equals to 18 pi, which is 18 here, over x, right? Let's just write x here. So the area, sorry, I think I wrote it, okay, I wrote it the other way around. So 9 over 2, this is the area. Area to circumference, 9 to 2, this is the circumference. They gave us the circumference. So 18 pi, right? Now, what did they multiply by 2 to get 18? 9, right? So you do the same thing above, you multiply it by 9. Now remember, keep in mind, if in the exam the units are different or anything else is different, check that, okay, before you do it. So this is going to be 81. Let's go to the next one. Because here it's clear, they didn't do anything else, they just multiplied by 9 above and 9 below. So here, Mr. Brown is surrounding the track with fence of length, right? So what are we doing? We're only covering the outside part. So again, we're just going to get the circumference of the circle, the circumference of the circle, which is going to give us the outer border of all the circle, which will complete this area and it will complete this area. So the circumference is actually the outer area of a circle. We have 2 parts of a circle, right? It will complete a circle. So we just find the circumference of this, 2 pi r. What is 2 pi r? That's 2 times pi. We know they've given us the diameter. So we divide the diameter by 2 and get the radius, which is 100. Keep that in mind. Whenever the diameter is equals to, sorry, my bad, 1 minute. Radius is equals to diameter divided by 2. Okay, 200 divided by 2, which is 100. So 2 times pi times 100, what does that give us? That gives us 31400. No, that gives us 1 minute. Just give me a second. 2 pi r, which gives us 628. Okay, let's not write the answer right now. So the circumference is 628. Let's just write it near the circle. Now you add plus 350 plus 350. Again, why? Because we just want the outer part. We want this and we want this. So you can cover it all by the fence, right? Only the outer area. So we know the outer area is 350 here and 350 there. So we're just going to add it all together, and what do we get? 1328. Again, keep in mind what the units are. The next one, the area of the track in square meters. So what is the area of the track? Again, this is just the previous one that we did. In the previous, we found the area of the circle and we found the area of the rectangle. Just then we added it together. What was our answer? 101400. The next one here. Now, again, what are you supposed to do? They give you a ratio. So you need to convert these according to that ratio first. Let me make the marker a bit smaller. So first you need to convert these numbers that they've given you into these ratios. So how do we do that? Let's start with that first. So, okay, before I continue with that, I need to explain that they are one triangle here, and then there's a rectangle at the bottom. You convert everything according to the scale that they've given to you here, and they want in square meters. So don't forget, you also need to convert the centimeters into meters. So first, let's try the rectangle, the first rectangle. So half times base times height, right? That's the area of any rectangle. So half times base times height, what will that be? Let's try. So half times 2 times 4. But we cannot do this directly. We need to make it according to the ratio above. So how do we do that? How do we make it into the ratio above? 1 over 600. Let's do it with 2 first. 600 times 2 over, not times, let's remove that, equals to, because again it's a ratio, right? So the 1 became 2 and the bigger number, you don't know that. So x here. The x is equals to 1200. Now the 1200, again, it's in centimeters. You don't want centimeters. So we convert it into the ratio that they wanted, and then we divide it by 100 because we want to convert it into meters. So you cross this out, you cross this out, you cross these two out. What do you get here? You don't put 2, you put 12. So that 2 changed to 12. The same thing you will do with the 4. So let's remove this. Let's remove all of this, and let's put 4 there now. So what is it there? It's 4. Now keep in mind, okay? So 600 times 4 will give you 2400. Again, you will divide this by 100 to convert it into meters. What will you get? 24. So this will convert to 24. Now you can find the area of this smaller triangle. Let's find it and let's write it just above it. So what will be the area? Half times 12 times 24. You can also solve this and you can make this 12. So 12 times 12, you know that is 144. Let's write it with a smaller number, smaller marker, so it will be easier, 144. Let's go to the next one. Okay, sorry, 144. The next one is, you're going to do the same thing with the next triangle. Half times 4 times 6, right? So what is going to happen here? The same thing, 1 over 600. Times, not times, equals to, because it's a ratio, right? So we'll always put equals to. So equals to 4. Why am I putting it beside the small number? Because it is the one that is the 4 number that we multiplied here by 4, by the smaller number. We multiplied here by 4. This is what we multiplied by. So the bottom, what did you multiply to get? So above, if you multiplied by 4, again we follow the same procedure, multiply also bottom by 4. What do we get? 2400. Again, it won't be 2400. You have to divide that by 100 to make that into what? Into meters. So it will be 100 here. What will this be? 24. The same thing you will do with 6 again. And what do you get? You get 36. Do the same process and you'll get 36. The answer you get for this one is, you'll get, when you multiply it, half times base times height. Again, you can do this, times 12. 12 times 36, you can multiply those together, and you get 432. So 432. Here it will be 432. Okay, try it. If you have any questions, always ask me in the comment section down below. Let's go to the next one. Okay. Let's go to the bottom one. Now the rectangle. Well, now what is the rectangle? The rectangle is all of this length. This will be the length. And this is the width. So 3 again, you'll convert that into the ratio that they want. So 1 over 600, you'll do the same thing. You multiplied, what did you multiply 1 by? By 3. So you got 3. So you do the same thing at the bottom. 6 times what do you get as 1800? When you multiply by 3, again it's 1800, it will be in centimeters. You divide that by 100, you get 18. Right, so that is in meters. So 18 times, so this is the length, sorry, this is the width, and times the length. The same process you will do again. What do you get? So 6 plus 4 is 10, right? So the same process you do, you get 60. So 18 times 60, you get that as 1080. You'll get it as 1080. Now add all of them all together. 432 plus 144 plus 1080. Okay, I think they should give you a really long time for this exam because it will take a long time. Okay, so the next one. Here, the circumference of a circle. Okay, sorry, I'm just replying. So circumference of the circle is, so the radius of a circle is 3 centimeters, the circumference of the circle. I remember they said centimeters. So what do? The circumference is 2 times pi times r. What is that? 2 times r is 6. Just write 6 here. The next one, they want the area. Area is what? Pi r squared. So 3 times 3, 9. The next one was the ratio. They divided, so they divided the circumference by 3, which gave us 2. Again, they'll also divide 9 by 3, which will give us 3. Okay, just write here 3. Okay, let's remove that. Now here's the same thing. You don't have to worry about the wheel or anything. What did they do here? They, in the diagram below, the ratio of the radius of the small wheel to the radius of the large wheel is 4 to 7. The circumference of the small wheel is 320. What did they do? What did they multiply by? They multiplied the small wheel by 80. Again, the same thing. And it's a ratio, so you multiply it by 80. You do the same thing with the larger wheel. You multiply it by 80. So 7 times 80 is 560. There you go. The next one, let's understand. So they give you if a radius of a larger wheel is a over pi centimeters. What is the value of a? So they gave you the radius. They gave you the circumference. Sorry, the circumference. This one. They gave you the circumference. They want to find out what is a of the radius. So what do? What is the formula for circumference? 2 times pi times r. Now what is r? R is a over pi, which is equals to 560. Don't forget, don't make a mistake, don't equate it to 320. You'll get the wrong answer. You can equate it, oh no, they said the larger wheel, so we can only equate it to the larger wheel. So now you'll cross out the pi here, you'll cross out the pi here, 2a. 2a is equals to 560. You divide and you get 280. Okay, so this will be the answer in this one. Okay, for this one, what do? First of all, you find the area of the whole circle. Now, what is the area of the whole circle? Pi r squared. So pi r squared. An extra step you have to do here. First of all, you have to make that. You have to find the radius, which is 28 divided by 2. What is 28 divided by 2? You'll get it as 1 and 14, right? So let's do that now. 1 minute. Just give me 1 second. Yes. So what will we get here? So it will be 22. Let me make the marker smaller. 22 over, because they gave us pi as 22, so we have to put it. 22 times 7, then 14 times 14. So what will that give us? That will give us 616 when you solve it. So put here 616. Now, oh sorry, no, we cannot put here 616. They're not asking for the area of the circle. What are they asking? Who prefers vanilla ice cream? Now, how many parts did they convert that circle into? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 parts. Divide the answer 616 by 8. Why? Because we want to find out, because remember you see these shapes, they're the equal size. This is equal to this one is equals to this one. They're not equal to each other. So if you find the area of one, you can find the area of all of them. Okay? So I found the area of the whole circle. If I divide it by 8, what do I get? I get 77. It means each one of this is 77, right? Each one of this is 77. Because look, the shapes are all the same. So I can divide it 8 and I can divide it equally, right? The area will be divided equally to all of these shapes. All of these small rectangle pizza slices. So this will be 77. Now they want vanilla. So we multiply this by 3 because there are 3 vanilla shapes, right? Colored in. So 77 times 3 gives us 231. And the next one, for the pistachio, they're just 1. So that will be 77. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm being a bit fast. I have just some students waiting for me. So in this one, what is it? It's like the outward, she puts a ribbon outside the edge, right? So the circumference tells us the outside the edge, not the inside, don't forget that. Only the outside. It only tells us the outside. So 22 over 7 times 2 pi r. So times 2 times r. What is r? R is, what is our radius here? Just a minute. What is our radius here? We'll get as 84 divided by 2. So 84 divided by 2 will be 42. 42, yes. 42. So then you simplify this, you get 264. Now our work is not finished here. 264 is only the outside. She wants to put it all, she also wants to add this to that. So we'll add 84 here. So what will that be? 216, sorry. 1 minute, 264. Okay, my bad. So this one is actually for the whole circle. So 264 will be for the whole circle. Now you don't want it for the whole circle because she doesn't have the whole circle. She has a half of the circle. The circumference tells us all of this. We don't want the whole circle. We only want half of it, the above one. So we divide this by 2. When you divide this by 2, what do you get? 132. Now 132 plus 84. Sorry, I'm in a bit of hurry. If you have any questions, you know that my comments are open and I always answer them very quickly, as fast as I can. And if you also have my email, you can always reach out to me. Now, these questions are easy for you. There will be a breeze. You just need to memorize the equations. Please do memorize the equations, understand them, practice them. So what will this be? This will be s squared. So 10 times 10 is 100. Remember, this is the formula is s squared. The next one is going to be the area of rectangle, half times base times height. Half times base times height. Now you know that this is the height, the one that's standing tall, 8 times 6, which is the base, and times half. What do you get here? Again, keep in mind that they're asking for centimeter, and both of them have to be in centimeter. So what will this be? 24. The next one, again, you're just revising the formulas here. What will this be? Half times height. Okay, now the marker just changed. Base plus base 1 plus base 2. Okay, now just put that this is base 1, this is base 2, right? So this is base 1, this is base 12. Just add them together. What do you get? The area of the parallelogram. Oh, sorry, the area of, yeah, okay. So that will be, the height times base. So this is going to be height times base. My bad. So the area of the parallelogram is going to be height times base. 20 is your base and your height is 12. What will that give you? 240. My bad, I was confusing it with trapezoid. 240. The next one is, again, length times width. You know that already. 45. This one is going to be area of rectangle, half times base times height again. That's going to be 25. And the last one is, okay, now this is circumference, and it's a diameter. So remember, don't just use the diameter, convert it into radius first. And they said that use the approximate 3 for the value of pi. So they didn't tell us 3.14, they said 3. So always keep in mind what are they asking for. 3 times 25, because half of the diameter we're supposed to use for this equation. 3 times 25 times 2. Remember the formula. So what will this be? 150. Okay, everyone, take care of yourself. Don't forget to subscribe. If you have any questions, comment down below and enjoy and share it with your friends. Bye-bye.